Here's the funny thing about when we start these conversations is sometimes we don't even know where we're going to start with, and it's very improvisational. I mean, I don't have a training in improv. I don't know about you guys.
I do.
Oh, you do.
You do?
I
Where'd you study?
actually studied at the Groundlings.
Oh,
You did?
I did. I was. Let me tell you. So you remember Austin Powers, the movie?
yeah.
Do you remember Dr. Evil's right-hand woman, Frau
Farbissina.
Farbissina?
Yeah.
Her
You know
name is.
Farbissina is a Yiddish word.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Her name is Mindy Sterling.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's
And
hilarious.
she was my teacher.
Oh.
And within, I was like, I think everybody comes to LA and they're like, improv, that's so easy. Like, it'll be fun. It was the most harrowing experience of my life. It's like, and she was like a drill sergeant. Like, you would have to, here's the thing about improv.
Was she like Frau Farbissina?
She wasn't screaming Scott, but literally you get up there and within 30 seconds of any scene in improv, you must be able to speak to what is the scene about, what is our relationship, and the big thing is never deny, right?
Yes, and
So you always have to just go with whatever anybody says. So like if I say to you, Ben, sing X, you just have to start singing. It doesn't matter if
the
you're
band X.
what? No. You could.
See,
And I would say
improv
yes.
right there.
I would say
right?
yes.
See?
Yes. And
But I threw you.
you did throw me.
Here's a funny thing. So my daughter Sophia, who's now studying acting in college, she took an improv class here in LA, and one of the parents of one of the kids in the class was Steve Carell.
Oh.
And one of the great comedy legends of our time, and did not laugh very often, and frankly not at all at any of the kids, even his own son, who was actually pretty funny. But my daughter actually was the one person that made him laugh in that performance.
And then
with her
after he
improv.
came up to her and he said,
He did not say anything.
he didn't say
He
anything.
didn't go up to her at all.
He didn't say anything.
I can see Sophia being good at that though.
She's
like, 'cause
hilarious.
I do think like you just the number one killer in that situation is having to filter, right, and just being sort of conscious of everything around you.
Yeah.
And I think that would do me in. I just
Right, you're always self-editing what you're going to
always
say.
trying to
Yeah,
figure out
same.
whether or not I'm actually delivering funny and all that. Just I'm not. I freeze up in those moments.
But I think I think your point is well taken. What we are doing here is way more complicated than many other podcasts that are being recorded as we speak. Most podcast hosts go into their shows with notes. They've read
Notes?
notes.
By the way, I would love
They have
a note.
producers writing notes. They have lists of things that they've details.
There's only one notes that we have.
We have only the notes in the
One.
bowl.
No.
What?
We have the notes of our theme song,
Well, by the way, I was going to say this.
which we should probably get to.
Speaking of notes, before we jump into the theme song, because Ben is always pushing to the
I
theme
think
song.
we should make this a 20-minute intro
That is
before
just
the
to
music
annoy him,
starts.
Just to annoy him.
Always leave them wanting more.
Here's what I would say. I love the fact that we're just learning more information about Paul that he actually studied
At the Groundlings.
That's
Yes.
crazy. Like, I've known you for a long time, did not know that.
Yes. I was saying this the other day, just the fact that, like, we talk about how this show came out of us having drinks, once every 2-3 months?
Yeah.
But we actually are learning, to Mitch's point, so much more about each other because we have to,
We have 30 minutes to
We have
fill.
30 minutes.
to fill. But we would normally sit for hours,
Yeah.
But
Well, it's focused. We have
But
a
it's
topic,
focused.
We don't
dig
go out
in.
anymore because now we're just doing this.
no, now we're stuck in this room.
But this works better for us because we're getting older and, we don't really want to go out.
Yeah.
Speak for yourself.
good.
I'm Benjamin buttoning this thing.
Oh.
I'm going to go backwards,
I'm Benjamin Rabbing this thing.
which is going forwards.
Yes.
Well,
which is
that's a transition.
That's a transition.
That's ridiculous. It's an absolute
I have
ridiculous transition.
I think we should allow Ben to come up with a new theme song for every podcast.
Oh,
That would be great.
Wouldn't that
What?
be amazing? I think you should do it.
No.
You love it.
I do love it,
Don't
actually.
you wasn't the show the catalyst for you
Yes.
getting more in touch with your musical
Yes.
producing?
It is, which is great and fun and also very frustrating because I'm, always tweaking and tinkering and trying to make it better. Like once I get a performance down, I'm like, I could do that better.
Do you feel in hindsight that there are issues with the theme song?
No.
So it's perfect.
Look, nothing in life is perfect, but I do think it is. I feel like it's representative of the vibe that we wanted for the show. It's kind of upbeat and happy and fun, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. maybe there's a more complicated version. I don't like when theme songs change. Like if you never noticed on certain television shows, like they change the theme song, like very subtle thing. If anyone who's a Star Trek Deep Space Nine fan out there, you may have recognized that. I believe it was in season 4. After 3 seasons of the same theme song, which was this very sort of slow but epic, majestic theme song, they kind of sped it up a little bit, and they added like this rhythmic keyboard, like chimey thing in the background that kind of altered the tone of the song. And I was like, well, kind of ruined it a little bit.
I feel like that really scarred you.
I just noticed it. You notice it.
Well, it is. We it's funny. We do this on some of our other shows where sort of long running shows, and you try to sort of play with the cue, do something different, bring in a different sort of theme song or something, and it just never works because the original that the audience has sort of grown to know and love,
it's the best.
It's the best.
Like if you changed the Survivor theme song, people would flip out.
Couldn't do it.
What is the theme? How does the theme song go?
It's it's the like that thing, and then yeah. I remember when that show first broke.
Oh yeah, it's like
that's a great theme song. By
you
the
would
way.
be in the halls at CBS, and at 5:00 on the West Coast, because it was 8:00 on the East Coast back in the day when that show was like this is like right when it first premiered, and it became this huge like national phenomenon. You could walk down the halls at CBS, and you would hear people just going oh at like 5:00 because it was a cue to turn on the TV because the show was coming on.
Like people would actually use their voices to make that sound.
100%.
Wow.
Did they have their own didgeridoos?
I had one in my office.
That's pretty.
Do you
cool.
have one in your office still?
I don't know. I don't know where.
Is that like a rainmaker? It's like what's a didgeridoo?
It's that long sort of Aborigines bamboo shoot thing that thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you did it.
Yeah,
You guys are good.
Yeah.
You guys are good. So this week, who gets to pick out of the bowl?
This is my turn.
It's Ben's turn to pull out of the bowl.
The popcorn bowl is in front of me.
Take Mitch's note. You got to do it in front of the mic.
I'm sorry.
I haven't even put my hand near the bowl.
We're basically creating like a Pavlov's dog scenario. Every time I think people hear the paper shuffling, they get super excited. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is. That's it.
There it is. It's very. It's like our Foley. You're like a Foley artist.
It's really weird. These guys are drooling right next to me. It's a little too Pavlovian for my taste. But
what is it going to be this week?
Oh,
wait. Hold
Speaking
on.
of Pavlov's dog,
There's a dog in the background.
Okay, we can
Mitch's
cut that
dog
out.
Scout.
No, we can't cut that out. There's no way to edit that out.
That's
It's okay.
Almost a special guest star.
By the way, this day and age, you know how like since the pandemic, you can actually now be on a phone call or a Zoom, and there's like dogs or children or people walking. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
It's like a crying baby through half your call, and it's like it's fine.
Yeah. He could be our mascot.
Suddenly okay.
He could be our mascot. He
It's
just hang
okay.
out. Yeah.
All right, here we go. The paper has been pulled from the bowl. The topic of the
Dun,
week
dun,
is.
dun, 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 dun. Oh, you had two?
I put one back. I didn't even see what it was.
Okay.
This
All right.
one
All right.
is-
Whose is it?
Oh my God. It's Ben's.
It's Ben's.
Always Ben's when he smiles.
No, it's not.
No?
Because
Do you know whose it is?
It's got to be Paul's.
I don't know.
It's got to be.
Unless Paul really likes to make a grilled cheese.
That's
What?
Paul.
A grilled cheese?
Making a grilled cheese.
That is not mine.
Are you kidding me?
I'm showing it to the two of you because I didn't write this. But one of you two fools.
Making a grilled cheese? That is not mine.
Whose handwriting is this?
That's Ben's.
I did not.
You put
making
that
a
in
grilled
there.
Cheese.
Who
Do
in
we-
the right
do-
mind would make a grilled cheese?
By the
Are your
way,
kids
Has the
putting
popcorn?
in?
Yeah, has the
You know
popcorn bowl
what?
not been under
Has it
lock
been
and key?
contra?
But I don't know whose handwriting that is.
Let me
That's
see
not
that.
Owen's.
Well, you know what? We may have to talk about it then.
Maybe
Did
it's
somebody
Addie's.
did
Maybe
somebody
someone
put one
snuck
in? Somebody put one in. Who
Or-
wants us to talk about grilled cheese?
Or it was the ghost.
No, it's got to be Owen or yeah.
Making a. It looks like my handwriting, but I never wrote this.
Yes, you did.
I swear to God, would I have written this like 2 months ago?
You
What?
had to.
There's no. I would never have even thought that anybody could talk about making a grilled cheese for 30 minutes.
Well, here we go.
Oh my God.
Challenge accepted.
I really don't remember ever writing this.
I mean,
Are you sure it wasn't you?
I promise you it wasn't me.
It wasn't you.
That is not my handwriting. And
It's not
also, who only writes on half of the piece of paper?
Who only writes on? By the way, it's got to be a kid. You know what?
That's
The
a
bowl.
sociopath.
You know what?
The-
The bowl was in here.
Where is the-
with- It lives in here.
You got to keep it under lock and key.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of kids in here, and they probably are trying to.
Wait,
fuck with us a little bit.
this bowl is accessible? to
Are
other.
you not safeguarding the bowl?
Do you leave the bowl in here?
Guys, I can't do everything. Okay.
Okay, I think
Wait a
you know what? Someone needs to take the bowl to some other location.
Whether or not we can talk about this is my issue with this. Is there a scenario where there's teenagers
Yes.
who are coming in and putting in ideas?
By the way, but I'm fine with it. But
It's like sabotage. It's like
I want
Yeah, 'cause,
better topics.
you know what? Here's the thing: like, unless we're using different papers, I'm noticing some of these are lined on one side and not on others. This one has no lines on it. So,
dude,
that's from day one from you. That is.
Do you
Because
think-
all my paper that I've given you guys has had lines on it, 100%.
I swear to God,
is this a day one topic that
Day
you
one
literally don't
making a
remember?
grilled cheese. Why would I ever write that on a piece of paper?
Well, I think you did it to challenge
I
us.
think it was Ben.
I can't even.
It's absolutely not mine.
I can't even think about if I even in my wildest dreams thought, okay, here's a topic, making a grilled cheese.
By the way, do you want me to get Owen and ask him?
Will
real
you
quick?
just?
No, because then Daniel will be pissed that we didn't have him as a
Yeah,
guest star
don't
too.
don't do
'Cause
that.
He's dying to come on the show.
I think he did it. That's not Owen's handwriting, but I bet it was.
We'll find out afterwards, and we'll let people know next
but
week.
that's seriously like a huge
Violation.
security issue. It's,
it's like being hacked.
I don't know
We've
about
been
a
hacked.
violation, but it's a huge security.
I-
It's just
you
like
know,
this is like the election. This is
No,
like an
I think-
election thing.
I think we got to go with it. I think it's okay.
It's
Like,
it's
I'm
fine.
fine
but
going with it, but I'm
It's
just
fine.
saying.
But can I just say something?
You got to put this away.
Put the bowl somewhere that's not open to
Okay.
people fucking
Just
with
leave
it,
it out.
because we don't know, and
isn't
we're
it
gonna.
s- sort of fun though, isn't it? Like,
I mean, it's
a little thrilling.
I don't know. I do feel a little
I
violated.
feel a little, I'm excited.
I'm imagining like teenagers sitting in this room and being like, "All right, we're gonna." But why would you throw in making a grilled cheese?
I think it's Austin.
Who is Austin?
Owen and Daniel have a friend, Austin. He's this great tennis player, this kid, who's probably like his ears are burning right now, going, "Why am I in a
He's
podcast?"
probably like, throw in making a grilled cheese. Who's hungry? You guys want to get a sandwich?
This is the note of somebody who's really hungry in the moment.
Oh my god!
I'm just.
Is that
I-
Daniel's handwriting?
No,
It looks okay. Look, I'm
might
going to be
be.
honest.
It might
It
be.
looks slightly
I don't
like my
think so.
handwriting, but what scares me even more than the
It-
violation we're feeling that potentially
that you don't remember.
is the fact that I have no recollection writing this idea on a piece of paper. Everything else that's come up that's
So-
been mine, I've remembered.
So if this was from week one, this was one of three that you can. That the other one being out of body
That
experience.
was episode 1.
right?
Is the other one like some other random topic?
I'm guessing it is.
Like, are my
Were
topics
you-
that
were-
bad?
Were you not taking this seriously?
By the way, Paul, that's definitely your handwriting. It is.
I can't even remember writing that idea, but it's fine. I just when I think of ideas, like I'm thinking like I can imagine like as a producer, like what are we gonna? How's this all gonna play out?
Grilled
but
cheese.
grilled making.
Here's the question before we even dive into this topic. Do any of us actually know how to make a grilled cheese?
I know how to make a grilled
Yeah.
cheese.
All right.
I mean, my kids actually say to me, they think that I should open a grilled cheese restaurant because I make great grilled cheeses.
Well,
This is
then,
definitely
dude,
your
this is
topic.
but
What are you talking
but I don't
about?
have a half an hour to talk about making a grilled cheese.
You must have made a grilled cheese on the first day we came over there. Or something. This is
I'm
definitely-
flummoxed.
Flummoxed.
I'm
Okay.
flummoxed.
All right. Well, hold
Wow.
on. Let's just dive in.
Okay.
Let's talk a little bit about what.
But
your
just
kids
promise
think.
me one thing. Put the bowl, now that we brought it up, I'm
Under lock and key.
seriously put the bowl somewhere that's not in
Where
this
should
room.
I put it?
Like in your bedroom. I don't know. Do you have like a side table?
It's not safe anymore.
Is there someplace you can put it that nobody will find it? Just please put it somewhere else other than
By
this
the way,
room.
I don't think we were abused here. I think this is your topic that you forgot about from a month
Yeah.
ago because
Right.
your children think you should open a grilled cheese shop.
right?
It's not.
This
Wait,
is
did you,
exactly
did you
it.
forget the rest of the word? Like, let me just hold on. Let me see this. I mean, you literally like you.
It's your penmanship. It is.
It's got to be.
It is.
Well, can you get the bag? Check it. Get the
Why?
seriously.
What's the bag going to tell us?
I want to see one of my other topics and my handwriting. Just check the handwriting.
What other topics have been yours?
Out-of-body
Out-of-body
experiences was one.
And then
I've had more than one
That's
topic
true, you
that's
have,
chosen.
yeah.
The one we just did, 80s movies. That was
all right,
mine.
we're going to compare the handwriting from last week's.
Just compare it, just for my own edification. Oh yeah, dude, that's you. Is it me? What is?
Good Lord, Paul.
Let me see.
Yes, this is absolutely you. All right, grilled cheese man.
I am super concerned. I need an MRI or
So
something.
now we know, that we're sort of playing into your next side hustle, which is a grilled cheese restaurant.
Listen. I'm totally at a loss because I don't know what to say about grilled cheese. I can tell you that I make a great grilled cheese.
Okay, I have a question about grilled cheese.
Okay.
Do you is it about the type of cheese, or is it about the things that go in it? Like, do you like putting tomato slice?
No,
Oh,
it's
boy.
cheese.
This is the epitome of random, guys.
It's
Here we go.
I'm going to tell you there's an actual way to make a grilled
Ben
cheese.
Ben's setup question is not promising for 30 minutes. That's all I'm saying.
We're halfway. We're not halfway there, are we? Sorry, we'll get there. We'll get there. We always get there.
I got my
We
follow-up.
could have
Here we go.
debated my mental issues
And we will.
and
We'll-
memory.
We'll dive into
We
it.
can do that as well.
I got to number that thing. Give me that.
And we'll talk about Ben's
We'll do it in a
OCDs
minute.
as well.
Yeah,
We'll get to your
You have
OCDs.
OCD, don't
you do
I?
have OCDs, yes. I can think of a few. But listen,
Oh,
so when I make a grilled cheese, it is sourdough bread. You got to have good sourdough bread. What I do is I butter one side of each of the pieces of bread.
Okay.
I turn on the pan.
Mm-hmm.
I keep it at like a medium heat while I'm buttering the bread. I throw a little butter in there already.
Sure.
Let
So
it kind of move
doesn't
around.
stick, yeah.
And then I put it on medium to low, and I'm constantly flipping it. I'm just leave it there. I do maybe a piece and a half of cheese, usually Colby Jack, and that's it. Like, I'm not putting tomato in there. I'm not putting, like, there used to be a place in Los Angeles, Campanile, I think it was called,
Mm-hmm.
and they used to do grilled cheese nights. Like,
Yep.
once a week, they had a night of just tons of different types of grilled cheeses.
Yeah.
I think if I opened a restaurant or like a food truck, and all it was different types of grilled cheeses, which I'm really good at, I think that's a business.
It is already a business. The grilled cheese truck.
Yeah.
Is there a grilled cheese
Oh,
truck?
yeah.
for sure.
Where?
In L.A.
A couple of them in LA. Yeah. It's okay.
Way to be ahead of the curve.
Really?
It's literally called the
100%.
grilled cheese truck.
Yeah. But I mean, but you know what? It must have been a good idea.
Always at the Vanguard.
Wait, is it
Always the Vanguard.
is it this like are there multiple trucks from the same company?
I don't
Like
know.
is one
No, but
person and a bunch of
I've definitely been on set and the grilled
Yeah,
cheese truck
exactly.
has shown up. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
All right, well maybe it's a restaurant. Maybe it's not a truck. Maybe that's the
Okay.
difference. Maybe it's the
Yeah.
fact that it's like I'm sick of these trucks. Like I don't want grilled cheese from trucks anymore.
You don't want your grilled
I
cheese
want
to be
come
mobile.
sit. I want to sit down. I want to be able to have a drink, some wine.
Okay, but so are you not putting things on it that other people might like?
Well, I think look, if I had to open a restaurant,
It's not just for you.
I would. Here's what I'd add to the list. This would be all the things that I'm really good at. Like so, grilled cheese.
Yep.
I do a couple different types of grilled cheese. I don't know about tomato. Maybe just the cheese is different, but stuff inside it probably not much. And then I do this thing where I take like chicken. Chicken.
I can't even.
it's the
pretend.
hand gesture
I can't even.
as you're describing what you're doing with the chicken.
chicken in a can.
I can't even pretend to be entertained by this.
I love this one. This is a good
the
one.
craziest shit we've ever talked about. Oh my god! This is like.
No, it's good. It's good.
Oh my god!
just hold on. Everybody just
go
hold
for
on.
it.
It's working. It's fine. It's
chicken.
fine.
Crying. I need some water.
Chicken, the tomatoes.
It's so warm in here. What's going on?
We're like being grilled.
my god!
That's
I
pretty.
seriously need like a.
You're literally
I'm
sweating.
I'm literally sweating from this.
Oh shit!
Oh
You're
my
in the
gosh!
hot
Why is it
seat.
so warm in here?
I don't know. It's
Is
up.
the air even
I
on?
don't, well, I mean, first off,
Somebody else talk about
if you don't think this is Paul's topic, you are crazy. He knows way too much
Right?
about a grilled cheese.
Honestly,
Oh my god, Ben,
Well,
do you make grilled cheese sandwiches?
I mean, not too often. I
Not
don't. I
like
mean, listen,
that.
I'm not a cook. I won't even pretend to know how to really cook.
Oh
I
my
can make
God.
maybe like 4 things, but like, you know, if I'm gonna go with a grilled cheese, I do like a grilled cheese sandwich. But I like it with a side of tomato soup.
What is going on? I'm literally sweating, dude. It is so warm in here. Is the air on? I don't even feel it. Oh my gosh.
God, I'm so sorry, guys.
But here's what's interesting about the grilled cheese sandwich.
I'm just gonna close my eyes and just be calm. Oh my gosh. I can make other things than grilled cheese. Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, I like its cousin, the quesadilla,
Oh my god,
which you can stuff with a lot of different things.
Oh shit.
Mitch, talk about it. Talk about it.
You know what? I've got a grilled cheese story.
Oh my gosh.
You know, did you guys ever see? I'm going to save this. Did you guys ever see the movie Chef with
Yes.
Jon Favreau?
Yeah.
Do you remember
Great movie.
Remember he makes the grilled cheese in that movie for his kid?
Yeah.
Oh fuck, that looks so good.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
It was so good.
Oh my gosh.
That made me go make a grilled cheese.
That movie came out, like 2011, 2014?
Yeah,
It's been
good
a while.
movie. It's a good film.
And he had a food truck.
He had a food truck. He wasn't making grilled cheeses,
No.
but he was making carne asada or something. I don't know what he was making.
Yeah, it was really good.
Oh my god. Paul
Can I just finish what I was
full
going to say
sweat.
though? Seriously,
full sweat.
what is happening?
I think it's
what's the physiological? Why is this a physiological like response?
You're craving a grilled cheese sandwich, maybe.
Ben's a little sweaty as well. I'm looking at his.
Usually you're the warm one, but all I was going to say was I make this other thing that's like chicken in a can, not tuna.
No, I know it. No, I know it. Keep going. Here we go. We got it.
Yes,
You-
yes, yes.
It's like you
Is
you
it
make
ground
like
chicken?
Yeah, well, it's like you
Minced?
No, it's like chicken.
No, it's like tuna, but it's chicken.
yeah. Some mayo,
Okay.
make a melt. Like you put it
Oh,
on
I
a
see.
Yeah.
on like a toasted
Yeah, I don't like
bagel. Broil it, put cheese on top. Anyways, I think maybe what I'd have to do is just thinking from a marketing standpoint. It's not just grilled cheese. It's Come on.
It's
Come
got
on.
a grilled cheese
I'm just
place.
saying it's like a cheese restaurant. Just
A cheese restaurant.
Just it would be things with melted cheese.
By the way, I do think that there is something in a restaurant that only serves grilled cheese. I think that could be something. That could be a business.
as the base of, like, here's our signature item is grilled cheese,
Yeah.
and we build all our meals around the concept of a grilled cheese sandwich.
that could work.
Where's
Okay.
where's the best grilled cheese? Do you remember the best grilled cheese you've had?
No.
No.
I mean, homemade is, you can't go wrong with homemade.
You can't go wrong with it. I used to have an idea. I think I may have told you this at some point. I had an idea for a restaurant that everything tastes better on a saltine. So you just open up a restaurant, but then put everything on a saltine. Because put anything on a saltine, and it's phenomenal. Put a
Okay.
grilled cheese on a saltine and watch what happens.
It's really small.
Saltine versus like a Ritz?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, yeah, no,
It's
saltine's
got to
better
be
than Ritz.
salty.
I feel like you can put a Ritz with stuff on top of it in a microwave, and those
Well,
are really good too.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, you can put tomatoes on a saltine and it amplifies the flavor. It's amazing. I'm telling you, it makes everything better. Hey, this is a serious podcast. Okay, so
Oh, I
I'm
hear
just
you.
saying. So that was my big idea for a restaurant about 10 years ago.
With saltines.
Saltines.
Do you have a name for it?
Everything tastes better on a saltine.
That's a big marquee.
But
You
You get it,
just
though.
use, like, the initials of that?
What would that be?
no, you
Everything
say the
eats
exact same.
the-
You say what it is so the audience understands
Oh.
what it is.
What is it?
E-
E.
It's like Et Boaz.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Saltines and stuff.
Saltines and stuff.
That's all right. That's not. Yeah.
I always think about there's a place in the valley called The Sushi. Swear
Oh,
to God.
Yeah.
And I think it's on Laurel.
Yeah.
And I just think about that meeting. Like there's a meeting that happened
Yeah.
where the people who own this restaurant, who are opening this restaurant, are sitting around the table and somebody says, No. It's not just sushi. It's the sushi.
Right. Well, as opposed to being a sushi restaurant, it's the sushi.
It's the sushi.
Huh.
But there's a discussion. There's a place also in the valley called, it's a nail place. Oh, God, what is it? It's the worst. Some of these names, the puns that people have put out there, you just imagine the meeting that happened. And somebody was super passionate about, like, your name that you just brought up.
Yeah.
Actually, I will say a good grilled cheese sandwich in the valley is at the Local Peasant in Sherman Oaks.
Oh.
They've got the grilled cheese and the tomato soup. that I
Ah,
love.
I've done, but I think I've had that at Granville. Actually, it's pretty good. I think I've had it there.
I mean, the tomato soup, does the cheese truck have
I'm
tomato
sure
soup?
They probably do. They have to, right?
I don't remember, but I hope
Yeah.
so.
Well,
I hope so.
come on, man. What are you texting?
Oh, has Ben texting?
Sorry. Tracy called me in the middle of this.
Oh,
and
Doesn't
I'm
she
trying
know
not
that
to-
we should leave phones out of this room?
I mean,
Well, listen. We're parents. We need to be,
Is everything okay?
accessible. No,
Is it-
well, I'm going to find out.
Everything fine?
I
I think
We'll see what it is.
All right. Well,
listen, the phone call is not going to be the problem with this podcast. I can promise you. It's the
I'm okay. Well, so clearly we know how little there is to talk about grilled cheeses, despite the fact that clearly the restaurant is the way to go versus the trucks. Were you going to say something?
Well, yeah, no, that's why I want to get back to the quesadilla.
I think we should. But
there are no quesadilla
I don't know if
trucks.
the I don't.
Well, I'm not sure about that.
Are there quesadilla trucks
I
too?
believe so.
I mean,
Oh, okay. Can I just tell you something about quesadillas? This is actually really interesting. I was at an event somewhere, and they a lot of times they have like the guys come in and they've got the whole setup, and they're making tacos and quesadillas, and it's kind of like a, what I'm talking about. Anyways, I was making quesadillas wrong. Like the way that they make quesadillas is they take cheese and they put it on the grill.
yeah.
And then they put the
Top of it.
tortilla on top of the cheese. So the cheese immediately is cooking. Then they flip it. Then they put the other side on top of it. But then so you've got like this caramelized cheese in the middle of your quesadilla, and it's already melted. You don't have to worry about it melting inside the center.
Oh, that's smart.
You have to have probably like a flat top to do that, but but it's good though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing that we as a species have figured out all these different ways of, preparing and consuming our food.
I think about that all the time. I drive around this town and I look at like just the signs and the infrastructure. And over thousands of years, we've gotten to a point where we have these rules, right? Like money and how we buy things and how we've created structures out of trees and wood. And I mean, it gets a little insane. But you're right. Like we figured out based on our taste buds, the way that our taste buds work, this is categorized as something that tastes good, right?
Also what didn't kill us.
Right.
What do you mean?
Well, somebody ate something that killed them, and everyone else is like, don't eat that.
True. But you're right. It's amazing. Like we've come up with all of these ways to cook things.
It's true.
I think it brings it a bit full circle for me to then think about, all right, look, so you guys have called out the fact that there are competitive grilled cheese food trucks around this town.
Literally called the grilled cheese truck.
Literally called that. They could have had they had Mitch on their side, they probably could have come up with a better title, better name. But maybe there's a way to kind of think outside the box about how to make a new kind of grilled cheese restaurant, something that sets itself apart from what's already out there.
What is that place in Palm Springs? There's a place in Palm Springs that just serves those little mini burgers, like the White Castle burgers.
Are they sliders?
They're like little sliders. They just serve sliders and like French fries. That's all they serve, and they're phenomenal. And I remember when I went to that place, I was like, "That's how you do it. You just do one thing really well, right?"
Yeah.
And like I think you could probably do that with a grilled cheese shop. I think you could figure that out. Just grilled cheese and tomato soup. By the way, have you ever really thought about opening up your own business? I know we're sort of joking about that. Have you ever gone down that path at any point in your life?
Not officially.
No.
I've thought about it a lot.
I once had an idea for a store that was combined all the things that I enjoyed as like a kid, like arcade plus comic books plus action figures, like just a store where you could go and hang out and literally spend all day there. I mean, listen, I know, Chuck E. Cheese is kind of like that place, but no, like a place where you could, if you were a comic book collector, you could buy comic books, you could read comics, you could, spend your time playing video games, it just, and then if you collected action figures, like all the things that I was doing at a certain point in my life, I was like, if one store had all of this, that's what I would do.
Yeah. I think, I
called it the Fun House.
By the way, I think that could work. I would go hang out there.
The Fun House?
Yeah.
Might be a little creepy, though.
Might be a little creepy if I'm showing up, but it could be fun.
Yeah.
I never thought about a business outside of the grilled cheese thing briefly, but I did invent 2 food items that still have yet to fully take over the finish line that I think are genius. And I'm going to say it, and someone's going to swipe it, and I'm going to be pissed like 5 years from now. But I'm going to do it anyways.
And
2 things.
They're going to get to ring the New York Stock Exchange.
They will, and make way more than $30 an episode.
Yeah.
2 things. I thought, how often do you look at the expiration date on something in the fridge, like milk, and you've reached the date, but you don't, that you have a window, right? Like, okay, the date was today. I probably have 4 days or 5 days I can still drink the milk, right?
Yeah.
When milk goes bad, it smells bad, right?
Yeah.
I think there's a way that you can create chemically a little window, a clear window on the side of a milk container, and when it goes bad, there's fumes.
Changes color.
It should change color, and you would know it's no longer about dates. Now we know there's a deeper conspiracy with how these dates work. Like
big milk,
everything. It's like, so you throw it out and you can go buy more. Anyways, that's one. But the food item that I came up with, edible toothpicks. And this is not a joke. How many times have you been eating a sub sandwich? They put the 2 toothpicks in to keep the sandwiches together, and you've got to kind of eat around the toothpick because you don't want to impale yourself on the toothpick.
Don't you just take the toothpick out?
No, because then the whole thing falls apart.
But if you forget, like sometimes you forget to take the toothpick out, and you're like, I'm so hungry, I just pick up the sandwich and start
So
eating.
what you do is I partner with Hormel or somebody else, and we create.
Hormel.
Well, doesn't Hormel do? I don't know.
Yeah, they just can.
Anyways, you create almost like out of dehydrated olives and salamis and even fruit. You create spears. And you can buy them in the same area of the supermarket that has like the cold cuts and things like that.
Yeah.
And that's what you put in your sandwiches. And so you can eat through the toothpick. And so the sandwich stays together until you're basically done and you've eaten the edible toothpick.
I kind of love that. It's pretty good.
That is interesting. Although if you're doing, is it something that would then require refrigeration?
Yes. But
could you do it with a food substance that doesn't require refrigeration?
I don't know.
Like a pretzel, like a pretzel type
Yeah, but then you're going to impale yourself again. It has to be something malleable. Oh, my gosh.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Are you okay?
I'm just dying here.
No, but I think that I've thought about it for years, and I just haven't done the legwork yet. But
are you going to?
I'd like to, but I just don't know where to start.
My brother Michael came up with a great company, a great idea for a company.
Is this okay that you're sharing it?
Oh yeah, no.
All right.
Michael passed, but he had a great idea that at some point someone's going to use, and I don't know if I've ever told you guys about it or not, but his idea was, if you have a cat that's getting old and the cat just won't die, right?
Like you want the cat to die?
Yeah, okay. you want the cat to die, but you don't want to deal with taking it to the thing and getting it euthanized and do all that. Like you just don't want to deal with
like the cat is in really bad physical shape.
100%. Like just 20 years old and you're like, okay, enough. Like we're done. I don't want to spend $1,000.
Does this really happen?
Oh yeah,
like euthanizing your cat?
Yeah, I mean, like if it's like your dog that's like you don't want to put your dog to sleep, but your dog is like needs to be put to sleep, but you don't want to deal with it
because your dog's in pain.
Yeah, or just old as shit, and you just don't want to deal with it, right?
Okay.
Whoa.
So Michael came up with the idea of basically a sniper that would sit in a tree and it would take out your dog or take out your cat, and you would never have any idea what happened. And it was called Killapet.com.
And did he buy the URL?
I don't know, but I thought it was a genius idea because it was coming from the good place. It wasn't an aggressive thing or a mean thing. He was trying to help you sort of move on from this pet that you did not want to have to euthanize. So you'd have a sniper in the tree.
But there's a point.
Would he take a video of him doing it?
No, you would basically let the dog outside and just let him start walking around the neighborhood, and then you don't know what happens.
Why not just shoot your dog?
Because you don't want to have to deal with it.
But
terrible.
There's a huge problem with that. If I'm the neighbor, so my neighbor has a cat that I can't stand, who's to say
kill it right?
100%.
Like now I'm hiring a sniper to kill my neighbor's cat.
It's a real problem. I mean, this is called punching holes in the business idea. We have to figure it out.
It took all of 5 seconds to punch a hole in that one.
I'm just saying. I thought it was a pretty fun idea. I would never do it, and I never launched it, but I was like, you know what? There could be something there. That's all I'm saying.
Wow.
I know.
That is dark.
I mean, who's the sniper, right? What's that guy look like?
What if he misses?
What if he misses?
Oh, geez, that's
100%. You're just, or by the way, what if you're just walking your dog and then the dog falls down?
See,
right?
and what if he gets the wrong dog? I mean, some dogs look alike. Like
this could be a lot of.
Does the dog have like a dossier that you've supplied?
Now that I'm thinking about it, it might.
I think it's probably okay that nobody's gone too far with that idea.
Yeah,
but Killapet.com is a good website, right?
I'm sure it's already taken. I'm sure it's already taken.
I'm just joking, everyone. Okay, I love dogs.
But was it still an idea that he had?
Warning.
No, I think he came up with the idea. I think.
Oh, this wasn't even real.
No. It was. Well, it was not real. By the way, maybe it was. I don't know. It could have been real. I don't know. He did have a cat that would never die, and he was like, it would just be nice if I could just hire someone just to take it out.
Okay, so he he at least enunciated the wish.
Yes,
but didn't go so far as to patent any sort of business topics.
That's correct.
This was not a Shark Tank idea. No,
I don't think so.
That gets no bites from the sharks. I don't think.
Yeah, no, they're out pretty quick.
I've always wanted to do dissolvable wrapping paper.
What? Well, like you throw your present into a bathtub?
No. Once like
that's a good one.
Instead of throwing out all this paper, Just take some water to it. It just dissolves. You don't have to throw anything away.
By the way, that's a good idea, dude. I mean, Christmas Day would be changed forever.
That's what I'm saying. It just helps with the cleanup.
Explain to me how that works. Just walk me through it visually. You've opened up all the presents.
You've opened up all the presents. You've got the pile of paper that's sitting there, and you're gonna go throw it out. Instead of just throwing it out in the trash, you just literally it's literally.
Do you
dissolved.
put it in like a pot? Like you put it in like a big bin and then dump water on it? Or do you throw it in your backyard and spray
it with a hose. You could put it in the sink, whatever you want. The downside of it is if it rains and you're taking a present to someone.
That's true. Or if like in New York City in the winter and a taxi drives past you
while you're standing there with the presents,
with the presents on the curb, waiting to
lamenting your life.
Yes.
At that moment. Yeah,
it's a good idea though. I don't know. There's probably some green sort of aspect to that as well.
That was the intent, was to try and find a way to sort of do once we had kids and every Christmas buying all these presents, and you see just the sheer volume of wasted paper.
Yeah,
like even when you're doing the wrapping paper and you're cutting around it, all the excess pieces that aren't enough to make another gift's worth of wrapping.
Yeah,
it's just wasted. And I know you can recycle it, but I don't know. I also thought maybe just get rid of it.
I mean, it might not be as good as Kilopet.com, but it's close.
I mean, if you're investing your $1,540 a year, $1,560 in an idea, and it's between Kilopet.com, dissolvable wrapping paper, or edible toothpicks, where do you put your $1,560? I know where I put mine. I'm just curious where you put yours. Do you? Ben, do you invest in your idea?
I mean, if I have, maybe I'll put it back into this business.
Do you not like toothpicks more than dissolvable paper?
I'm trying to think of what I'm going to use more. I don't use the toothpicks.
Is it just for you to use, or what the American public's going to use more?
Well, if I'm investing, I'm trying to think of
yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. So which do you use
if I think I've got a good idea, I'm going to spend it on my good idea.
Okay.
I mean, like, if it's for the American people, I'm probably not going to do Kilopet.
No, you probably won't. But what would you pick?
I would probably pick the wrapping paper, because
really?
The toothpicks, to me, almost feels like I don't know, like if I've got to go eat a toothpick too, in addition to a piece of cheese.
Well, it's not like you have to. I mean, it's a passive experience.
But I will say, where it works, I don't know if I'm going to buy it for home, but I do think in delicatessens or bodegas or wherever fine sandwiches are served with toothpicks in them, then it makes a lot of sense.
It happens. There's a whole family making tons of money on those old ass toothpicks with like the little frill, the red or blue frill at the top.
Yeah,
it's an accident waiting to happen.
Sometimes it's yellow.
I mean, I feel like Bill Gates is probably already working on the wrapping paper idea. That's a genius idea. I'm telling you, that's like what are they, like the little sea creatures that you can put water on?
Sea monkeys.
So sea monkeys. It's the opposite of sea monkeys. You're shrinking now. That'd be amazing.
Well, it's to nothingness. You're literally, because things are dissolvable in water. So what is a paper product that can be made completely dissolvable in water, where there is no trash afterwards?
You should work on this. I'm telling you, that's a good one.
I think it's good.
Forget the day job.
Yeah, I mean,
listen, just make it your side hustle. You don't all your other side hustles.
Isn't this the side hustle?
Of all the many side hustles.
Oh, okay.
Many side hustles.
Okay. So many side hustles.
Oh my God.
Hey, but you know what? The audience can make this side hustle a what hustle? How do you turn
Are we mad-libbing this?
How do you turn a side hustle into a main hustle? What's the terminology? What's not a side hustle?
It's a hustle.
Your job.
Is it just a hustle? It's only a hustle. No, if it's your job, it's not a hustle.
Well, you got to hustle.
Anyways, just tell people about the damn podcast.
Yeah, I mean,
already. Just let them know. By the time you hear this episode, we'll probably be.
And for what it's worth, I need to clarify. I do love dogs. I love cats. I'm not trying to. It was sort of a joke, okay, people. I'm not trying to say we should go out and sniper our dogs.
It wasn't even your idea.
It's a funny idea.
It is a funny idea.
It was just a random funny joke in the moment that wasn't real.
Yeah.
But edible toothpicks is real. So
I think there could be a funny movie in that though. A person who's a sniper who just takes out dogs. That could be funny.
The question is, the question is, would it be nominated for Best Picture?
I'll just stop digging.
Is it a comedy or is it a drama?
It's probably a comedy.
Well, then it's not going to win.
Yeah, it's true.
People, thank you for taking the time. I'm gonna have to go do some soul searching on whether or not my memory is leaving me. But clearly I know what my handwriting looks like.
I would love to know what prompted you. I mean, maybe it was your kids.
I have no idea.
But
I think you know what it was. I'll tell you what it is. I think you were trying to figure out how this whole thing works. As day one, first topic in the bowl, you're like, you know what? Grilled cheese.
Right.
Can we do it?
Now, what's even crazier is that Ben put guitars in 5 episodes in.
Yeah, that was not even day one.
Right. I think where we started and where we are now, it's a completely different understanding of the mechanism and the format.
Yeah.
I think if nothing else, this one has proven that we can just about talk about anything.
Yes.
Or laugh through the first 15 minutes.
I don't know how professional it is, but I think everybody that listened will enjoy it.
We had fun.
Yeah. And I like that they get to sort of see that side of us.
That's all that matters.
We're human too.
This is Paul.
This is Mitch.
And we're all human, and that's what we're talking about.